Cameron Flowers is back to receive for head coach Tyson Helton, and we are underway on this Saturday night in Death Valley. No return for Western Kentucky. LSU had won the toss but deferred. They go empty with 5 wide. Marvis Parrish was the running back, and a quick hit on a slant.
And on the other side, Mansour Delane and P.J. Woodland, 2 of the best in man coverage in the SEC.
Impact players brought to you by Hardee's, and now a run to move the chain. That's Marvis Parrish, 2 freshmen from Valdosta, Georgia. And a first down for this Western Kentucky team, which has been to 11 bowls in the last 13 seasons. And they'll run it again, and a huge hole and a beautiful cutback. Marvis Parrish has touched the ball twice and picked up a pair of first downs. That one goes for 17. Redshirt freshman from Jacksonville at quarterback. Pressure coming, and he lets it go wide open. Musa Berry. A little stiff arm for an exclamation point at the end of 17 yards.
Harold Perkins trotting out there late. Again, LSU kind of late getting the line to this tempo.
4-man rush. And complete inside the 20 to Matthew Henry. 36-yard attempt for John Cannon. And he drills it. And the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky, looking for their 9th win of the season, have an early lead on LSU. Bring on Brown, one of the most dangerous returners in the country, back to receive for LSU. And he comes up to the 4 to handle it. Brown needs a block. He got it. And he gets submarined at the 30. And LSU will have great field position for quarterback Michael Van Buren.
Be a leader, communicate on the field. You're going to see that a lot tonight.
And he tosses to the near side to Harlem Berry, the freshman. That was a really interesting conversation. Turning.
That time Woodland just got too handsy there with an out-breaking whip route.
Toppers to run it. And past the 25 goes Marvis Parrish. So 2nd and 5 now. Western Kentucky settled for a field goal after a 9-play, 57-yard drive. Whit Weeks got the start today. He's playing less than 100%. Perimeter pass to Katie Hutchinson. And he takes it past the 35. All of last season. Back to the ground game, and up to the 40. Shows you how good your impact players are, huh?
Yeah, not much of an impact on that one.
Tisdale goes down. There's some impact from the LSU defense led by Jack Pyburn.
The offensive line, everybody moving in this direction, which means you got one-on-one on the backside. A tight end, Noah Myers on Pyburn right there. That is a mismatch every time. Defensive end on a tight end as an offensive coordinator, you hate that. And that time Pyburn and
Caden Durham is now in a tailback. High snap. Here's Durham trying to find a hole. And he got sandwiched. Just shy of the line to gain. Nope, they're going to say good enough. Anthony Brackenridge, a senior, combined with Jaden Hardy to deliver the hit.
yeah, Bracken
Mentioned to us that they just brought the sleds back out in the cages for O-line to really get the work in. Here's Berry on Brown. The wide receiver is shy of the 50. The 16th play of the game for Western Kentucky. LSU's only run 8. And a negative play as Marvis Parrish gets swallowed up by Bernard Gooden. First tackle for loss for LSU. Patrick Payton was also in there.
You're seeing those Weeks brothers in there together, Tom. I had a chance to speak to Mom and Dad senior night, so of course they're here out on the field before the game. And Mr. Weeks just basically told me, can't believe we're here. Can't believe this is it. This is our last home game.
His dad played college ball at Georgia with Kirby Smart, Matt Stinchcomb. And so out of the pistol, they try to run it with Harlem Berry. Talented freshman breaks the first tackle and then got stuck.
Atkins is trying to call the play, so he's managing, you know, the other 10 guys that are standing there and what coach is saying in his ear.
Here's Berry again and took a hit right at the marker and is able to pick up the first down. Kent Robinson escorted him out of bounds. That was Alex Atkins with the beard in the middle of that shot up in the press box calling the offense. Caden Durham now finding some room on the outside. It was also interesting talking with Blake before the game, and he talked about establishing your offense. Now 2nd and 5 on a 4-man rush, complete to the perimeter, and Xavier Thomas He's really come along the last couple of games.
Yeah, he said, look, we had to decide to run the football.
Sixth play of this drive. Tigers went 3 and out the first drive, punted at midfield on their second, and now past midfield on the completion to Thomas.
Starting to get in rhythm now.
The last play of the quarter, Caden Durham gets turned back inside, and he takes it in to the 30. I drive a lot, Cole drives a lot. I don't think in 8 years you've ever driven us. Devon Brown is the defensive coordinator for the Toppers. A little play action. Intercepted. Great hands and a pickoff for Western Kentucky by Harper Holloman.
You're going to think about him in the read progression, so he loses him. Too bad he drops out of this, so Van Buren turns his back to the defense, turns around, not even accounting for him pre-snap, so he's surprised by him post-snap, and Holloman comes down with it. He was one of my impact players, Tom, so
well,
nailed that one.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
That's just one of those times we talked about the good and bad.
This might be 4-down territory for Western Kentucky if they can get a few more yards. Tisdale with a sidearm shot, and here's Katie Hutchinson
in position, or if they're trying to pick up all of it.
And they'll pick up all of it on the crossing route by Matthew Henry. Tisdale straight drop, unloads, complete, and Western Kentucky's got a first down on the completion to Cameron Flowers. And now 2nd and 9, and a hole for him to run in, and Tisdale dances inside the 10. Coming off of a pick, Tisdale sidearms it complete to the 6 to Katie Hutchinson. It's going to lead. It is a first down. Tisdale to throw. Pressure. Fires. And incomplete. And a turnover on downs. The nearest receiver was Matthew Henry. Slow start to this one. 3 for 7. He has said he wants to stay here at LSU. A lot of that will depend on the next coaching staff as Harlem Berry.
At least you got to do your due diligence.
LSU down 2 starting offensive linemen. Trey'Daz Green with the leaping catch. That's a first down. Each of the 3 previous head coaches all won a national championship. And Buren complete. And that's a first down catch and run for Hill.
But you have to be able to sustain success with the resources and the opportunity that LSU provides.
Van Buren on the roll. They'll pump fake to buy some time and yardage, and took a hit at the stick. Jalen Wester shoves him out of bounds after Van Buren ran for the first down. Van Buren lets it go. It is low and incomplete. Trying to find Xavion Thomas
for the home team. Couldn't have him wearing red on a night like tonight, you know.
There's Marvis Parrish. No, that wouldn't be bad. Cole?
How did he get that handoff off? Sorry on that play.
3rd and 6, 4-man rush. Tisdale avoids it and dumps it off to LaBelle Wright, and he picks up the first down.
Boy, just love to see him attack the middle of the field. Now a 3rd and long. See if Kentucky brings blitz. They do.
Van Buren rolls, fires wide open at the sideline, and up the sideline goes Kyle Parker.
Alex Atkins has kind of settled his quarterback down at times, is getting him out on the edge. Move the launch point, as we call it. Change the protection for the offensive line. Let his athleticism.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Now 3rd and 9. Hilltoppers in the house, and it's complete for a first down over the middle. Trey'Daz Green. Boy, he's just short. So 4th and 1. Van Buren keeps it, rolls out. Bad spacing, and now he pushes it to Green, who's just past the line to pick up the first down.
And the opportunities that we have.
Van Buren fires. It is caught at the goal line and in. It's Trey'Daz Green. Twists his way into the end zone, and LSU has its first lead of the night. It took them this long to find the end zone.
Van Buren, this is actually an RPO, so it's supposed to be a handoff, but if this defender adds, then you got a one-on-one matchup with your big tight end. He adds one-on-one, you replace him with the slant throw, And Trey'Daz Green does a great job using his body there, and the ball a little on his back hip. But he was able to bring it down.
You know, Jordan, that's a great call by Alex Atkins. That alley defender, that hybrid sort of star nickel position for the Western Kentucky defense has been a real problem for the LSU offense tonight.
Got the incompletion. Now you're going to get the ball back with a timeout in your pocket.
Damian Thomas averages about 11 yards a return. Pushed inside the 20. Will retreat to the 15. Looking for a seam. He's got it. Damian Thomas gets another block, and he's got it in midfield. And finally, this old building comes alive on a 39-yard punt return by Damian Thomas.
Field was going to make an impact. You're going to get a great block here, just a shield block coming into your screen right there. Number 30, giving Xavier probably 15 more yards on that return to set up great field position at the 45-yard. At this point in the season, when your original goals to start the year of being a college football playoff contender are off the board, your coach gets fired, like you need to find some way to inject some fun into the game so you can have a reason to get out there and play better. The Hilltoppers haven't had much success at all.
4th 10 on 3rd down. Tisdale blasted from behind. DJ Pickett came untouched. Second sack of the night for LSU. And the Hilltoppers lucky Tisdale held onto the football.
Corner blitz right here. And Tisdale's never going to see it. You see the motion. They're trying to pump to the far side, and he has no vision on the backside corner. We call that cat when it's just one guy coming. Cowboy would be corner and the will linebacker.
But that's just a very small byproduct of speeding up games. I think it's been fantastic. Van Buren in trouble, dumps it off, and a quick hit on Harlem Berry from Jalen Wester.
Boy, down the middle of the field. Watch the pocket. It is perfect. Van Buren's just got his eyes in the wrong spot. He should be looking for Xavier Brown crossing from right to left. He's just kind of struggling tonight with where his eyes should go.
Oh, eyes are on the red jerseys. They collapse immediately, and Jalen Wester, who lives his life with unmatched enthusiasm, comes in with Jalen Emery. It's a loss of 12.
Linebackers coming off the edge to this side, and it happens to be right in the direction that Michael Van Buren's trying to sprint. That's a tough one to pick up. That is not the offensive line's fault. That is not Michael Van Buren's fault. It's not a bad play call. It's just a perfect defensive call. It didn't go the way that he planned it or this team planned it, but he's got a lot to be proud of for his career.
Tisdale nearly picked. He is off the carom into the hands of DJ Pickett, who is having a monster night tonight. The freshman from Zephyr Hills, Florida, has a sack and a pick to stymie the...
Turns the corner here, and then late pressure in his face causes the errant decision, the errant throw. Boy, what a play. DJ Pickett has been really good in man coverage. That time got a gift right to him on that play, and exactly what this LSU team needed.
And he fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself. And he takes it inside the 5, where Jalen Lewis takes him down. 16-yard run for the president, Van Buren.
Wow, just a zone read. He's going to read this defensive end. If he crashes with the running back, he keeps it. He kind of plays both, but a great job by Martin Van Buren, as Tom calls him, of just trusting his legs, right? Sometimes when the defender...
And Van Buren again calls his own number. And he gets knocked down just short of the goal line. The ball popped out. They say he was down inside the 1. There was a clear and immediate recovery by Western Kentucky in the end zone. So they'll go for keep the offense here, 3rd and goal now. Try to knock it in. Van Buren lost it and couldn't recover in time to get over the goal line. Wester and Lewis were there.
Please reset the game clock to 6 minutes, 10 seconds. 6-1-0.
Yeah.
Never had possession catching it.
Thank you.
Boy, they need to get together in the Oval Office on the sideline over there and figure things out.
18-yard attempt. lot of people Googling the Van Buren presidency right now.
Because of the air raid passing concepts with the more pro-style run game. And there we go. It's
Lavelle Wright was
a little bit.
Yeah, broken tackle from taking it to the house. We were talking with Rich Bowie this week.
Mike Leach, obviously very famous for having a tiny little index card.
Oh, little high and picked again off the carom. Second LSU takeaway. This time it's P.J. Woodland. Non-existent.
Boy, Patrick Payton coming off the edge caused this throw to go high. Rodney Tisdale is kind of caught between a sidearm throw around Patrick Payton. As we look at the interception from P.J. Woodland, does look like he corralled that one.
In an LSU takeaway, and previous there was a sack. Here's Barry on Brown, breaks the tackle and gets dragged into a big hit at the 44.
To come from leaving, the one before way inside and way off to a ball that was pretty good throw, and you'd hope Barryon would come down with that.
Mack won't try this one and is down at the 3-yard line. Fantastic play by Chris Hilton.
I like what they're doing here, going 5 wide.
And Van Buren gets bottled up and loses his footing.
You've seen him be successful with that quite a bit tonight.
And on third down, handoff, Jawan Johnson, and he powers his way past the first down marker.
And his vision and patience have really improved over the course of the year.
Gets another crack at it on 2nd and 7. We'll set up 3rd and 1.5, maybe 2. They made a chip shot first time. And got to be all the way inside the upright. They say it is. Right over Cole's head. And it's a 10-point LSU lead. No Whit Weeks. No Harold Perkins Jr. And Mansour Delane was never in this game. And there's pressure. And Tisdale goes down.
Blitz again coming from this side. Butler's going to work in and then win on this right tackle, Carson Upchurch.
We are in a dogfight with Western Kentucky in the penultimate game of the regular season with no head coach. And the guy that most of the people in the fan base seemingly at straw polls want to have this job, coaching up the road in Oxford. Probably hit it a country mile. Tisdale pressured again. It's West Weeks with the sack, 4th of the night for LSU. Weeks brothers having an impact tonight. This time it's West, and on senior night he comes up with a big play. In an incredible season in 19. And here's a step through run by Harlem Berry. Elite speed and finally knocked out just shy of midfield. Harlem 4 yards this half.
Yeah, it's a really good job being patient at first, then getting north and south. See him squeeze through that block. That's a gap scheme, so he's got to wait for the pullers to come around. Find that gap and hit it with speed. Really good job.
It won't be decided until next week as Barry is bottled up, and how many teams with a chance to play for a national title.
Yeah.
Out of the timeout, and Van Buren fires, and Trey'Daz Green has it knocked away before he could secure it. 8-win Western Kentucky, just the 3rd non-conference team to come into the stadium with 8 wins all time. And a strike delivered over the middle and a first down to Jarius Mack. 4-man rush. And Tisdale taken down again. Jamari Butler was sack number 5 on the night for the LSU defense. Had great success at the Division II level before advancing through his coaching career. Ball came out, scooped up by Western Kentucky. Dylann Flowers is going to take it to the house, and with a minute left, the Hilltoppers are suddenly back in this game with an onside kick away from putting the heat on LSU. It's a 73-yard fumble return for Flowers.
Right on the ball. really actually on the lower forearm, and so it squirts the ball out from Harlem Berry. He's got to have better ball security in that. That's one that in the huddle before the play in the 2-minute warning, you got to say, hey, 2 hands on the ball.
Yep.
Doesn't matter, right? That's the only thing that could happen to let Western Kentucky bounce.
It's now 70 wins in their last 71 home games against non-conference opponents since 2000.
And the next time these fans see a game at Tiger Stadium, there will be a new head coach for the LSU Tigers. Who that's going to be, not sure yet. You might find out more next week, but a new era for LSU is about to start.